Okay, guys, give us just a second. Let's see, I got somebody on both YouTube and on Facebook so far. Just going a little live on a Tuesday night with a couple of updates. Hold tight just a couple minutes. All right, so you guys on on Facebook, if you want to check in, and I'm going to try to interact with your comments tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Loretta Lynn's today. Some of the stuff that's going on down there, some of our Northeast guys, and even all over the country, really. Sorry if I'm not looking at all the cameras at once. I am actually figured out a way to be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. Granted, I'm using a computer and my phone, but hey, it seems to be working at this moment in time. Luckily, we still have power here in Taunton. So anyway, if you wanted to watch it on YouTube, I do appreciate anybody who subscribes. My channel is Old Men That Used to Race. I guess you can comment over there too. I'm kind of experimenting with that tonight. I only have one watcher over there. I think there's 7 of us here on Facebook, and only one. I got Federal Hills watching me on Instagram. Hi, Matt. How are you? All right, anyway. Jim has entered the future without Dave dragging him in. Thanks, Casey Bates. Dave, we were going to do a show tonight. We were going to actually do the last lap and see how it would come out, but I know we haven't done it in a while. Dave messaged me as he was on his way home, letting me know that his house in Plymouth had lost power. And when I said, well, you know what? I didn't initially want to drive down to Wareham, figuring the storm was going to come through here a little bit later, which it did not. It came through early. But the Wareham studio didn't have power either, so that kind of puts us at a loss. But anyway, before we really get going, I see there's not that many people on yet. So I had a couple of things that Rick Johnson wanted me to talk about with the WIC 338 motocross. Oh, there's Tom. I see Tom just joined from ZR Throttle on the Instagram page. There you go. That's better. You can get on Instagram. So we got a few. Let me just pull up what I got from Rick. Now, he did say that he was going to try to follow along and say a couple things about what's going on out there at Southwick. But as you guys might have seen, schedules are changing constantly with a lot of the events, things that are going on in our racing world. But racing's still happening, as evidenced by the big J-Day event up in Maine last weekend. There was a lot of guys up there. It looked like it was a lot of fun. I had to work on Saturday, so there was no possible way that I was going to make it up there for 2 days of racing all the way up to Hemans. That was pretty far. Plus, I got a few things to do on my bikes, get them back ready again. But without further ado, Southwick, the WIC 338 motocross. Okay, so Rick wanted me to point out that this weekend is a New England Sports Committee event. It was initially Central Village. There was issues with Central Village. They can't hold races. I guess they were shut down. So this particular event has been moved to the WIC 338. He did say online registration will be available later tonight or first thing in the morning. They're just waiting for the NESC database to load so that the way they can do it. He said that they do request pre-registration is your best option. It's easier to deal with everybody, including the riders. It's easier for you guys to pre-register. It's easier for them to get you set up. It's just something that it seems to be the way everything should go right now with all the social distancing, with all the restrictions. Online registration is the best way to do it. So hopefully he will let me know. We will update you guys, and they'll announce on their Facebook page, the WIC 338 Motocross, when that link is actually open. Oh, Vic O'Brien just pumped in. Pre-reg is open now. Vic, what is the website? Is it nescmotocross.com or is it the WIC 338? Just let us know. Okay, so you guys in the Old Men That Used to Race, the Northeast Vet Classic. Now, I know that they had posted it, and it was supposed to go off next weekend, but there is a scheduling conflict with the NASC. The NASC is running at 2:07, and they don't want to conflict with those guys. A lot of those guys want to come and they want to race with us old boys. Some of us, you know, we had been racing together for years, so they don't want to leave the NASC guys out because somebody's fighting for points. He says, give them a little bit of time. They're going to find a date, and they're going to run the, as he said, the 3rd annual Northeast Vet Championship. And if you guys have been to it before, I mean, it's awesome. I was there the last 2 years. Did it in 2018, did it in 2019. I hadn't been on a starting gate in 16 years when I jumped on it at 2018. And it was just so much fun to get back out there and see a lot of the guys that I was racing with. Some of them like Tread, Dowdy, Carl Valancourt, Carlo Cohen, those guys, Keith Johnson, you know, they're all still super, super fast, and they just jump right on the gate. Unbelievable how much they can fly. I see him last year, was great, lined up with Doug Henry. You never know who you're going to see. It's just a blast. So give them some time. They're going to come up with new dates for that, in addition to, I'm sure, many more schedule changes as we go out this late summer and fall series. As states have different restrictions, the events are going to have different restrictions. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just trying to look at all 3 platforms that we're going on now and watching you guys comment. As far as the link, Vic says that there is a link on both sites, both Southwick's, the WIC 338 motocross page and NESC motocross page. So if you guys want to sign up for the NESC race this weekend, head on over there and get it done. So J-Day said this weekend, I do want to say there was I want to send some prayers out. There's a GoFundMe account now that Nick Batten set up for, I believe his name's James Douglas. He's a good friend of those guys. He was the parachuter that was jumping into the event for Best Whip on Saturday night, and he was hurt very bad. He is still up in Maine. I guess he's in the ICU unit, and it doesn't look good right now. So check out Nick Batten's profile on either Instagram or Facebook. I believe that you can get to the GoFundMe accounts there. Tom, yeah, it was a very sad deal. Hopefully things will turn around and it will work out. But as it is now, he could use your help. So check that out. All right. So are we ready to talk about today, the events of today? I know that I got a text from someone in the 413 area code earlier about how pretty interesting it was with the announcer's comments on Tread today. So if you guys have been living in a bubble and you don't know it, this was day 1 of racing at Loretta Lynn's. And in the 50-plus class, or they call it the Masters class, we had both NESC guys, Mike Treadwell and Todd Rashad. Both were off to unreal starts. What ended up coming down to the end, Tread was second in the moto, and Todd was 4th. Now, of all people, Barry Karsten, another Northeast guy, he ended up winning the moto. 3rd place was Kevin Walker out of Tennessee. Kevin's like a 15-time Loretta Lynn's champion, and he's back down there racing. Then, of course, the Rocket was 4th, and 5th was Earl May. Now, interesting fact about that is 4 of those top 5 guys are all in our group, Old Men That Used to Race. So those guys are in our community, guys. I mean, they I don't know if they all are active. I believe that at least 3 of the 4 are active. So they see the posts. They see what you guys are writing. So when you tag them in it, they can see it. And I know I was talking with Todd. Well, actually, we were texting back and forth probably within 15 minutes of the moto. And he was telling me that his goggles filled up with dirt on the first lap. And he was battling the whole time with vision problems, but he still made it happen. He did all right. He coming home 4th in that 50-plus class. That's crazy. And then Tread battling through. I know those pair of Suzuki's, they got the whole shot with Walker and Karsten. And then Kevin had a little bit of an issue partway through, but Tread ended up bringing that KTM home in second. That was super, super cool to see. We did have a few other people that were in motos today. Tread actually raced in the 40-plus class a couple hours later, and it looked like I was watching. He got a horrible start. I don't know what exactly happened, but he was back somewhere around 20th, I think, on the first lap, and he made his way all the way through to 8th. And that's another one. Barry Karsten was pretty far back. He ended up coming through and finishing second in that, second or third in that one, third maybe. And then let's see, Kevin was in that one too. I think Kevin finished in 5th. But another one, the older guys, they're just working hard. It's really cool to see those guys, go through their qualifiers, make it to Loretta's, and just mixing it up with the best in the country right now. We also had the 25-plus moto, where they call it the junior class. Robbie Marshall, unreal. He had the lead for a while. I was watching the interview afterwards. He said he hit a neutral just before the 10 Commandments, and it ended up letting, gosh, I don't even know the guy's name, number 26, he went by. And Robbie ended up coming back up, got a third, but it was pretty good. The whole race, it was just, seeing these guys after knowing who they are, seeing their posts and their preparation, their qualifiers, and seeing them go through. It was awesome. It was awesome to see those guys do good. Britt Gagne, I know she rides for the SGB racing team. She rode in the women's class today. I know that she was somewhere around 16th at the end of the moto. Sorry, guys, I'm just laughing at Keith's. Keith Johnson watching. Unacceptable performance by Treadwell. Iron Mike was getting the crap beat out of him all day today. I'll get back to the Brittany thing in a minute. But, Vic, I know you wanted me to address this. Unbelievable when they're announcing all the riders for the 50-plus class, and they're going down the line. Treadwell's running number 90. All I hear is quite possibly the ugliest guy on the line, Mike Treadwell, number 90 from Tolan, Connecticut. Tread, what did you do to make those guys bust your balls that bad? And to make it worse, he turned around in the middle of the moto, and they started comparing you, saying that Tread was uglier than beef jerky under the fender wall of a semi. Dude, where do they come up with these things? I mean, at 50 plus, ain't none of us pretty anymore. It just doesn't happen. I mean, come on. But you had to piss somebody off, Mike. It was a little bit crazy hearing that stuff. And I mean, everybody was laughing. It was fun to watch. I'm just absolutely stoked that there's a live link, a couple live links actually, where you guys can watch the racing. And I want to thank Bill Hobbs. If you guys don't know Bill's an old, seriously fast motocrosser from I'm going to say the late 60s, early 70s, an ASC guy. Billy's down in Wareham, and he was sharing the links during the day today to not only where you could watch the live stream, but where you can actually watch, you can see the rider profiles for some of the local riders and the results links. So Billy's had it. I know if you're in the Old Men That Used to Race group, it's posted in a thread that's on Gary Frank's post. But I did post a link to watch both on my Facebook page, Old Men That Used to Race, and on the group, Old Men That Used to Race. So if you guys want to watch the races live tomorrow, that's where you can go, grab those links. You can also go to YouTube, watch it on YouTube at Racer TV Live. They'll be up there. It's pretty cool. I see that when you're watching and you watch some of the comments on the YouTube channel, it's obviously there's a lot of people that they think that they should be there. Sorry, guys. This is the best. This is the best. So many people think they're so good. If you were, I hate to say it, you'd be there. but you're not. Oh, so what else is going on in you guys' world? Throw some comments up. I know Todd told me that he might be watching tonight. I can't really see who's clicked on and who's watching. There's 22 people watching on Old Men, and what looks to be maybe half a dozen or more on Up and Down on Instagram. YouTube, I don't even know why I'm doing it to YouTube. I got one person on there. Whatever. It is what it is. And yes, I know my brother's going to give me shit, and probably a few other other guys are going to give me shit, but that is Budweiser. It's hydration. You know, my mountain bike crew, they like the thicker beers. They give me crap for drinking the light stuff. It is what it is. Hank says, Wareham tomorrow afternoon. Anybody practicing? He's. I'm sure that Wareham's going to be open. Now, the storms that rolled through here, a lot of us might be dealing with issues with power. They might be dealing with issues with trees down, things like that. Very little rain down in the Wareham area. So double check the morning, Wareham MX on their Facebook page. I know that they usually, check what's she eating. She has a Nylabone. That's what she's playing with. She had a milk bone earlier, now a Nylabone. But double check Wareham's page to make sure that there's no problems and that they're running. It's a great track. I was there last week with John Day Sr. We ended up turning a few motos, and let me tell you what. Once he set those suspension settings up from the woods to the track, that dude was ripping. We had a blast. It was fun to ride together. I am not much of a woods rider, but those guys have got me to do a couple of the GPs, and I did promise both him and Owen Terrell and a couple of the other guys that I would get out in the woods with him sooner or later. I'm going to let them, you know, they'll make a fool out of me, but they've been coming to our mountain bike rides. John got out in the motocross track. He wants to try to jump a little bit better. Owen's just a beast on anything. So I'll get out there with him. It'll be fun. Yeah, Tom, I was just checking out the Instagram. Those guys were picking on people all day long. It's pretty cool to see that they listen to the announcers at Loretta's and just hear some of their perspectives. I mean, at one point in the 40-plus class, Chris Kiefer won the race. Now, Chris Kiefer is also, if you guys follow him at all on social media, Kiefer Testing. They test everything, bikes, gear, parts, you name it. Chris Kiefer tests everything. It's what he does for a business, so he rides all the time. But as he said today, last time he was at Loretta Lynn's, he raced a KTM. This time he felt like racing a Yamaha. Now, I wouldn't know what that's like. Must be nice to be able to pick and choose, but anybody who tests motorcycles and products for a living, and that's what they do for work, you have my respect, dude. That's a pretty damn cool job. I really like it. I really like it. Let me check it out. What do we got in our thread here? Casey Bates needs to send me some of his Bohemian Pilsner next time you brew a batch. It's pre-prohibition Budweiser. I'll check it out, dude. Hey, you know what? I might not like the heavy beers. My brother does like to drink beer that eats like a meal, but I'm not that guy. But I'll try it. I'll try it. Ryan, take him. He's going to be at Wareham tomorrow afternoon. I might have to think about going down there with the old KX if I get some time. I got a few projects to do around the house. I do have the day off, but once those are done, we'll see if we got time. My KTM's not ready. I had a little miscue with it on the way home and need to buy a new lever. Oops. 2021 KTM's a hit. John Jacobite. Yeah, your bike looks great. Darren Corson racing this weekend in Alturas, California. Supposed to be 95 both days. Dude, it's hot out here too, man. 95 out there. It's probably somewhere around 90 to 95 here too, but it's so damn humid. It's insane. Last week was horrible, but you know, we make it work. You have to do it. That's all you can do. We're here. We ride. We rode mountain bikes. I rode mountain bikes on Tuesday, and it was damn near 100. And then motored with John at Wareham on Wednesday, and it was probably in like the low 90s then. And then our group ride for mountain bikes was on Thursday, and that was over at Diamond Hill in Cumberland, Rhode Island, and it was in the mid 90s there. I was gassed. I made it about half the ride on that one, but the guys finished out and they had a good time. Let's see. 100 in California is better than 90 in Mass. Yeah, you do have to drink a ton of water. You'll sweat it out faster than you can drink it, for crying out loud. But hey, that's summer. I'd take that over the snow and the cold any day. All right, so I just wanted to say thank you guys all for, hanging in there with us. I know that we've had a lot of people that asked about the show. Dave and I haven't done it for a few weeks. We both have had schedules that have been relatively busy. Summertime comes along and it's different, especially this year when nothing's been happening. Everything shut down. There was no racing. There was nothing going on this spring at all. So we really didn't have much to talk about. It was tough stringing a show together. We did a couple of times. We had a few cool people talk to us. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's a lot of the same old, and fun every week. But sometimes you just got to break it up a little bit. This week, like I said, we were planning on doing a show, which is why you guys are staring at my ugly mutt right now. We would have been in the studio doing it, but unfortunately, no power kind of down there due to this hurricane. I don't know, how do you even say this? Isa or something like that. No power down there. So no show from the studio, no background, no cool, green screens, no garage with me and Dave sitting in it talking crap about everything. So we are doing our thing. I'm sitting here. You guys got a view of my living room and my AC vents behind me. Well, Instagram doesn't, but the other two platforms do. Upcoming. Let's see. What do we got upcoming for races? I know that it's going to be tough. J-Day's in full swing. They started last weekend. They did have to cancel their Unadilla round. So as of now, I believe I saw that the Saturday event has been completely canceled on the 15th. The 16th, I think it's a Crow Hill event. I will double check that. And if it's different, I will make sure to post it in the links. But you can always double check. J-Day at Southwick on the 16th. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. The schedules are constantly changing. So, Jolly. J-Day at Jolly. I knew I saw that. Rachel said Southwick. Tom, you said Jolly. I think I did see Jolly, not Crow Hill. Sorry, Rachel. I know that it's coming around. That's okay. NHMX. I need emergency backup power so we don't ruin another. Hey, you need to direct that to Dave. Paul Cornell. Happy birthday to his dad. 93 years old. He's down in Tennessee right now. So he still loves to go down there and visit with his dad. And his dad actually goes to the line with him when he's around and they're racing together. And might I add, Paul Cornell and Echo Valley Motocross, they hosted a round of MSC last weekend. And they had a couple of quick guys out there. Paul, I'll let you post about it. Yeah, some of New England's finest, Josh Clark, he was out there. He was ripping. It was looked like it was a good weekend. But hopefully MSC's going off well and they're being able to stick to their schedule as close as they can. I did just see that Rhode Island was just classified as a hot spot and have problems with New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So I can only imagine what's coming. But hey, it is what it is. Let's take the racing while we can get it. And let's, whatever these tracks need us to do so they can stay open, just do it. It sucks, but we want the tracks to stay open. The last thing we want now is tracks to close up and have no place to go ride. Matt Lucetti, love going out for those MSC races. Yeah, big time. MSC is, there's a lot of fun. I see a lot of those guys posting. And I've talked to Paul quite a bit about that whole series, and they have a blast when they ride out there. It's fun. I know that in addition to the motocross and MSC, New York Off Road is riding let's see, I think it's the 16th. No, I'm sorry, it's this weekend on the 9th, and they had to move their event from Core MX out to Paradox. So that's ought to be a good round too. I wish I could make it out, but that's a little bit too far of a ride for me. Anyway, wow, been on 20 minutes. Doesn't seem like 20 minutes, but when you're by yourself and you're staring at yourself in the screen and listening to you guys or watching you guys' comments, it does tend to go pretty quick. Paul says Diamondback MX this weekend for MSC, NESC. Where are you guys running this weekend? Let's see, Southwick, right? I hope I got that right. I know I mentioned it earlier in the show because the entry is going to be open for it. They were running at Central initially, and now they're running at Southwick this weekend. So make sure if you guys run NESC that you sign up and get to the right spot for that. As far as our events go, I wish I could have more planned. We were planning to do a couple of J days, planning to do a couple more New York off-roads. We'll see how it goes. Right now, the vet race was definitely one of them. Whenever Southwick then it can run it, I think we're running it. Oh, Ryan, Capeway, are they running this weekend? I know that they ran last weekend. It looks like you guys are down there having a blast when they race. So, anyway, I do want to thank you guys for sticking in there. It's been, really fun being able to get out there with you guys when we can, and I'm pretty pumped to see everybody follow along. I do kind of get a little bit, absent-minded when I'm talking on camera, and I tend to forget the path that I'm supposed to be talking out soon. So, but regardless, you guys seem to put up with it. You know that I've had quite a few concussions, and we'll go from there. And I just wanted to, before I do sign off, I just want to say thank you again to everybody for supporting us, for following along, for doing all that. For the swag, Tom, the shirt, yes. ZR throttles, I have one. Great throttle. Helped me out considerably. Reduced arm pump, all that good stuff. And the thing's just indestructible. Trust me, I've ripped 2 or 3 grips off of my throttle tube, and the throttle is perfect. It still works just like the day it was new. I'm going to have to go pick one up from him from my old KX soon, because these things are just awesome. If you guys do buy a throttle from Tom and you saw me talking about it, just make sure you tell him it's Jim's fault. That's why you want one. It seems to work with a lot of stuff. Yeah, seriously, he just posted. It helped out Robbie Marshall today. Robbie Marshall runs a ZR throttle. In addition to Robbie, I believe Tread is running a ZR throttle down there. Lana McNeil, whose motos are tomorrow, they start tomorrow, she runs a ZR throttle. There's quite a few guys. I'm sure there are more down there, but they do. I see Rick just got on. Yes, Rick, we did talk about it, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend out there at NESC. Hopefully all you guys that are running organizations and having races, you have a great weekend. I will probably be working around in the house and doing a little bit of mountain biking. We've been doing that. One thing with the mountain bike, though, I do want to say is I want to thank Craig Hoyt and from V Moto Tires and John Levesque from Ronnie Cycles for putting together an opportunity for me to try out some mountain bike tires. And I have right now a set of V Moto Flow Snaps on my Trek. I love it. Those things hook up great, and I'm going to be doing some sort of a review pretty soon. So I've got them. I've got the Bulldozer STs on my KTM. Love those. Hopefully I'll get another set for the KX before we get out to some of the races, as long as they run. Rewind was on the plans. Right now, it's no longer a national one. It's a regional event for vintage bikes, but we're still planning on going as long as they're going to have it, and as long as Massachusetts residents can go. Larry Fortin, yes, Larry Fortin tomorrow, right? I think his motors are going off. I'm not sure exactly what time. There's so many guys down there, and I'm not sure who is who when their motors are going off. So I don't know the times, but if you guys know our racers who are following what time their motos are, please post them in the comments on your social media so that we can all get a chance to go on and check those guys out, because I mean, nothing better than supporting the people that you know when they've worked so hard to get down to Loretta Lynn's. It's just an amazing time. Tom says 10 and 2:30. I believe that's Larry's. And I know Lana messaged earlier in one of my posts, and I will try to find what time her motos are. She's running a couple of the 4 to 6 classes, so she's awesome. That girl just absolutely rips. Britt Gagne, I know you were out there. Your moto was earlier today. Like I said, I think I was mentioning at one point, she finished, I think, 16th. She had a couple of get-offs, but if anybody follows her, that girl broke her back bad at the Supercross Futures. I want to say it was the first Supercross Futures event at maybe Anaheim 2 back in January. And she's back not only on a motorcycle, but she is absolutely hammering. She has a 125 and a 250 Cowie 4-stroke. She rides for SGB Racing, and her teammate Jordan Jarvis was actually the one that won the women's class today in Moto 1. So those guys are flying. Owen Covell, he's from around here. He's down there riding. Anybody else? You guys, please give them props. Give them props. Much respect to anybody who's actually down at Loretta's and made it that far. And not only that, they traveled whatever distance they did through all this, crap, really, to get there. So who knows they might have to quarantine coming home. Who knows? Depends on, where they're from, what state, whatever. But they're giving up a lot to go down there and race this event. So Brady on Instagram, what kind of bike did I used to ride? I used to ride, let's see, I raced Kawasaki's when I was younger. I've raced KTM's. I've raced Yamaha's, Husqvarna's. I've had a couple of Suzuki's. I had a Can-Am. So pretty much everything. I've even raced a Honda a couple of times. And I know I said that kind of, sarcastic at the end, but they were all, I raced pretty much everything. Some pretty cool bikes out there. But anyway, so like I said, I've been broadcasting to 3 different platforms. If you guys are on any of them, please, let's support each other. Get out to the platforms. On Instagram, I'm Old Men That Used to Race. On YouTube, I'm Old Men That Used to Race. And I'm on Facebook, I'm Old Men That Used to Race. So please give me a follow and subscribe on all the platforms. And everybody else, too. So, Brady, are you going to watch it? Yeah, we've been watching all day. We've been using the live links. Racer TV live on YouTube, and on my Old Men That Used to Race page on Facebook, I posted the link for Racer TV live there as well. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to coordinate to see what time any of these riders that we know, what time their motos are going off, so that way if you have a specific rider that you want to watch, we know when they're going. We had, Mike Treadwell, Todd Rashad, Britt Gagne, we had Robbie Marshall, lots of riders that we know up here in the Northeast. So yeah, Tom says it'll be up on the shop rig tomorrow. That's cool. I will have it up on probably my phone, depending on what time it is, because I'll be doing different things. I got a dishwasher to install, and I got some work to do. I got some stuff to do in my truck. If I can sneak out for a little while later, I don't know if I'll make it down to Wareham or not. If I do make it to Wareham, you guys might see an 89 KX 250 out there doing a little bit of playing around. But if I can't, I apologize. Bill Hobbs on Facebook, he just said he is going to try to keep everybody updated on the local situation with our guys at Loretta's tomorrow. So if you don't follow Bill Hobbs, you should. While you're there and you check out his profile, check out his pictures. He's got some unbelievable photo albums with pictures from the early days of NESC motocross. John Levesque, how's it going, buddy? I see you're in. I apologize to you guys if we started a little bit early and you're only checking in. I will keep the links live up for a little while on Facebook. On Instagram, I believe it disappears right away. I don't know if if I have an option to keep it, because I'm only trying that for the first time. Hi, Donna Boshin. That's my sister. She's out in California. She just said hello on Instagram. YouTube, I have no idea. First couple of times using YouTube Live, so we're playing with the different settings, trying to figure things out, and just having a good time with what we do on social media. Sooner or later, I'll try to figure out how to take phone calls, and I'll actually have a conversation with somebody. So anyway, I just want to say to you guys, thank you all for watching. I apologize that it's not the normal show that you got used to watching for the few months with The Last Lap and David Daler, but we will get back to doing that at some point. Till then, I'll try to come on live and give you guys some updates and just whatever's going on in our world. You know, we can sit here and chat about it. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure more of this out and be able to have you guys interact more with me. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Hope you stay safe from these winds and the hurricane that seems to have passed by us. And keep on brapping. Thanks, guys.